1998 American League Championship Series. Today, it's Game 5, the New York Yankees versus the Cleveland Indians.
Chad Ogea had 3 different stints on the disabled list this year. Actually made as many starts at their AAA affiliate.
Able to get both pitches over and keep them down.
The 0-2 pitch hits Knobloch. He was hit by 18 pitches this year, most in the American League. And behind on the count 0-2, that's a gift.
Well, it was supposed to be a waste pitch inside.
Coupled with Jaret Wright's 0-2 postseason record, he gets the ball against Wells in Game 5. And a called strike 3.
That's a good pitch there by Ogea because Jeter was looking for a breaking ball.
For what they were a year ago in Minnesota. Not running. And a bouncing ball deflected by Ogea, and into the outfield it goes. That was going to be a double play. Instead, the Yankees have runners at the corners with 1 out. Vizquel was moving into perfect position to field that ball and complete an easy double play had Ogea not deflected it. 3-1 pitch. Cut on and missed with O'Neill running. They throw the hit. Knobloch, he's safe at third.
Well, in the first game in New York, and
the 3-2 pitch. They're loaded. Williams, who walked 3 times last night, gets a free pass here in the first.
Well, Chili's looking for a pitch in a zone right here that he can drive.
Did he find it? He slams it past Sexton for a base hit. Knobloch comes home. O'Neill scores. Williams to third. 2-0 New York.
And that's what happens when you have to pitch from behind against veteran hitters. They make you give them a pitch to hit. Chili's looking for a fastball.
And it gets away from Diaz.
No, it hit him.
Well, it hit Martinez, you're right.
Yeah, it hit
Williams
Martinez.
was trotting home, but the ruling is hit by pitch, so the bases will be loaded.
Well, the Indians get a break there because it's a game of inches. The ball would have gotten over his glove. It would have been a double play. But
here's a slow bouncer. The play is at first as a run scores. They had no chance to turn 2. Wilson throws Raines out. Williams crosses. And the bases are loaded. On the second walk of the inning, Brocious will be the 9th man to bat in the New York first. And he threw the fastball by him upstairs. The Yankees score 3, leave 3, and up come the Indians in the first. Diaz and Wilson at the bottom, so the last 3 hitters for this LCS game, the 7, 8, and 9 guys, are guys who spent.
Justice offers a threat that helps the Indians just with his presence in the lineup.
The 3-1 pitch to Lofton. A drive down the right field line, into the corner, and gone!
Bat out there and keep it fair.
Vizquel now knocks one through the box, and the Indians show plenty of life in the bottom of the first.
Well, Vizquel's bat has been alive the last couple of ball games, and he's actually the leading hitter for the Indians, but
who hit 28 home runs this year. Hit sharply and by the diving Jeter. Vizquel around second. He'll stop there. 3 straight hits off Wells. The 0-2 pitch. Vizquel breaks for third. The ball gets away from Posada. Vizquel comes back up, but he'll hold. And trailing the play, Fryman takes second. The second on the wild pitch.
Correct call. Fryman didn't break with him.
And now Manny lifts one to right center. Vizquel back to tag. O'Neill with the catch. Vizquel heading home. The throw is to third. And the Indians are right back in it. And there goes Fryman. And he's in there at third. How aggressive are these Indians?
Well, first, it's very easy to steal third base off of a left-handed pitcher on the big inning, but he's saying, no, I'm not going to give them a tie.
And Witten fans, big strikeout for Wells.
Beautiful pitch there from David Wells. Balls, 2 strikes, no balls. He was always ahead. Now he's pitching from behind a lot.
He walks Tommy. It brings up Sexton, a right-handed hitter, but a slumping hitter. Strike one was the story of game 1 for Wells. Not so far in this one. Strike 3, though, helps a lot. His second strikeout of the inning. But the Indians bounce back with 2 in their half of the first. Off to a great start in Cleveland. Here's the 3-1. He walks him.
Bob, I mentioned this in the game 1, and that is that sometimes when you come in as a reliever, second inning, but he doesn't seem to be so yet.
Jeter drops a bunt. Ogea's on it. His play is to first. And the sacrifice works. Both clubs continue to play very aggressive baseball.
I didn't think that he was actually...
O'Neill had a first inning single. Now he drops one into right. It falls in front of Ramirez. On his way home is Knobloch. Manny has a strong arm, but Knobloch scores.
So you see what Jeter did pays off in a run.
Hit toward the hole and through. O'Neill to second. Thinking about third. Here's Ramirez's throw. Not in time.
Good, aggressive base running by Paul O'Neill. I don't think he was ever able to relax out there on the mound, and that's what a pitcher needs to do. I thought after he got out of the first inning.
This is Jaret Wright's first career appearance out of the bullpen. Chili Davis bounces it toward Vizquel. He barehands to get one. On the first. That one into the Omar Vizquel scrapbook. Not just skill, but style and flair that makes the game so much fun to watch. There goes Diaz's bat, sailing over the dugout as he strikes out.
The bat go is when you try to extend to keep the bat there a little longer.
Enrique Wilson slams one at Brocious, but Scott's right in front of it. That's the second out in the Cleveland second. Jeter on to Martinez to retire Lofton, and Wells sets the Indians down 1-2-3 in the second.
Just consistently hit his batting practice pitches the other way, and he did so in the game.
And now he's aboard with the walk.
And what that does, it does 2 things when you practice like that. It keeps you on the ball and keeps you from pulling off the pitches. And it also...
The Indians. Terrific outing and a no decision. His 2-2 pitch hits sharply to Wilson. Juggles it, throws to Vizquel, and all they can get is one.
We'll take another look at this. The ball was hit very sharply.
Bartolo Colon. And Enrique Wilson and Manny Ramirez. In center field, Lofton barely has to move. Rains back to first with 2 out.
Interesting how quick Lofton got in position to throw that ball.
I was good enough to nearly win the Cy Young Award a couple of years ago. Am I good enough, at least right now, to start Game 7? Brocious hits it by the diving Fryman for a base hit. If there is a Game 7, Bartolo Colon is Cleveland's pitcher, but Joe Torre will have a decision to make.
3-0 in this situation.
A moot point. Up and in, ball 4. Bases loaded for Derek Jeter.
Well, he's having trouble with his control.
2 out, top of the 3rd. And the 2-1 to Jeter. Wilson comes up with it, shovels it to Vizquel, and they're out of the inning. The Yankees leave him loaded. It's still a 4-2 game. On 9 of 18. This one is by Brocious. Vizquel around first as Raines retrieves it.
Nice play there by Tim Raines to get in quickly and hold Vizquel to a single.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. That's 4 strikeouts for David Wells.
This is just an overpowering fastball up in the zone.
Pitches at home in San Diego. That's where he's from. And the Padres, of course, lead the Braves 3-0 in the NLCS. They have him picked off on to second base, and Vizquel is gone.
Good job by David Wells. As I said, Vizquel was trying to get a lead and stop moving and not.
When he was with the Reds, he was beaten by Greg Maddux and the Braves. The curveball sends Ramirez to the bench and sends us on to the 4th. Still 4-2, New York.
Are fundamentally correct as far as hitting is concerned.
Sexton stumbles after knocking it down. Wright covers, and they get the out. Put it in the book, 3-1. Nice play by Sexton.
Let it go if it is outside. Don't chase pitches off the plate.
Another chance for Sexton. This time he keeps his footing and takes it himself. A drive to right. Ramirez turning to the track, to the wall. It's gone. New York.
Well, maybe Chili Davies
ahead of him. Raines ahead of him for a while. Shane Spencer, a sensation for a month. Fryman picks it up at 3rd, throws Martinez out. But when Chili Davis got his chance, he's come through for Joe Torre in this LCS. Yankees back up by 3, who spent at least part of the year out of the major leagues. Foul tip back into Posada's glove, and Witten strikes out for the 2nd time. That's 6 strikeouts. But we go to Yankee Stadium Tuesday for Game 6. Nagy against Cone. First one to Tony, lined into right for a base hit.
If you watch a pitcher after a guy gets a base hit, you can learn a lot about a pitcher. David Wells was feeling like he was in the groove.
Tomey's not going. One bouncer to Jeter. That's one. On to first. Double play. That finishes Cleveland in the 4th. Chili has 3 of the 5 RBIs as New York leads at 5-2. Called strike 3. Raines knew it. And he walks him.
Well, he had not been throwing many breaking balls. He struck Raines out with one and ends up walking.
Here's Brocious, and Posada runs on the first pitch. Throw for Diaz. Got him.
good play there by Diaz. That was a high fastball way up and out of the zone. He caught it and got rid of the ball very quickly.
Fastball grounded toward Wilson. He makes a nice play, pops up and throws him out.
For David Wells.
Finally, a bouncer to short. Jeter charges. And Diaz is gone. Enrique Wilson knocks one through the middle for a base hit.
Well, Wilson has hit the ball hard twice. The other time he handcuffed Grosh's at third, but he got a...
He'll be around at the end. This ball was well hit to right center field. It's hammered. Williams back along with O'Neill. It's taken on the track as Wilson retreats to first.
And I think the wind knocked that one down. The wind is blowing straight in.
Vizquel is hit by the pitch. The fans boo, but obviously it's not intentional. And as long as Omar isn't badly hurt. And the 0-1 pitch. Line to left. Raines comes in and takes it. The Indians strand 2 and still trail by 3. Fryman. Knobloch is retired again.
Confidence and you know, gives them more chances to get base hits themselves.
Fastball, and he throws it right by Jeter upstairs.
Well, that was the best fastball that he's thrown, 97 miles an hour.
In round 1, be as few as 3 games. That looks like your entire series work. It stands out more. And now, O'Neill works the walk.
Yeah, but Jaret Wright wanted that pitch. Well, take a look. There's a breaking ball. My first couple of series, I was just playing, and then you have to learn to focus.
Bernie Williams drives one toward the gap in left center field. Witten makes the catch. A little shaky trying to track that one down. But he puts it away, and it remains 5-2. Wells is ahead of him 0-2. And finishes him off with the curveball. Posada has to throw to first to retire him. In contrast to the first inning when he struggled with his command. Another breaking ball, and this time Witten fans. He struck out all 3 times against Wells. You want an inning or 2? You want me to get a hitter? I'll be ready. Here's a drive to deep right. If it stays fair, it's gone. Home run. Tomey's 3rd homer of this series, all off left-handed pitching.
Well, Wells got behind him 2-0, and with a 3-run lead, he was going to challenge him.
Makes it 5-3 New York. Sexton lifts one to shallow right. Knobloch out, O'Neill in. O'Neill for the catch. And Tim Raines will follow him. Down goes Chili Davis.
I want to take you back to the home run that Jim Thome hit. Now watch how he clears his hips out of the way against left-handed pitchers in the playoffs.
Well, Martinez has only 1 hit in this series, but he's been on base 3 times in this game.
Well, what that probably says is he's seeing the ball better, so he's laying off of pitches out of the strike zone.
A bouncer grabbed by Sexton. Vizquel for one. Sexton retreats to the bag. And it's a 3-6-3 double play. Stretch time in Cleveland. Tribe down by 2. By Diaz. On the move is Williams to make the catch. Another 1-2 pitch. Off-speed breaking ball, and down goes Wilson, becoming the 9th strikeout victim for David Wells.
And that curveball is just a great control of it.
Now he drops down and strikes him out. 2 in the inning, 10 in the game for Wells. 5-3 New York. He's walked 3 times. Rocha sacrificed 8 times this year, hitting at the bottom of the order. He squares, he bunts. Wright's play is to first, and in scoring position is Posada.
To it.
The 3-1. Well, to answer your earlier question, Joe, in the first 7 playoff games for Knobloch, he had only 1 walk. But today, he's walked 3 times. This is bounced slowly toward Vizquel on the run. He gets Jeter by a step or maybe half a step at first. The runners move up to second and third.
The one thing you notice about Vizquel, he never overpowers.
But Cleveland pitchers have walked 10 and hit 2. O'Neill swings on the first one. It takes a very tricky hop, but Wilson stays with it, averting disaster, and it remains a 2-run game as the Indians come up in the 8th. Tomey, all home run threats. There's New York's Game 6 starter. Vizquel fouls it back into Posada's glove for the 11th strikeout, put in the book tonight by David Wells.
Well, as usual, David Wells getting out front. Fastball for a strike.
As of the stadium, he goes on the road. Nelson comes in and hits Fryman with a pitch. Some fans boo because it's just expected of them. But this is good news. They get the tying run to the plate and Fryman's not hurt.
Torrey wanted Nelson to face these 2 right-handed hitters.
Ramirez hits it softly into left, and Curtis can't get there. He was playing deep, and it drops in front of him.
Well, that's a smart play by Curtis.
Game 5 of the playoffs. He's not waiting for the 9th for Rivera. Brings him in with 1 out of the 8th. Tomorrow is an off day. That's why it's overpowering, I guess. The 2-2. A little bouncer. There's 1. Jeter turns it. Double play. As important a pitch and play as we've seen in this series. Still 5-3 New York.
Batting averages and the other things they do sometimes are overrated. Your defense is what's important.
I'm just passing on the info. The 1-2. Struck him out with some filthy stuff.
I'm just trying not to ignore you.
Certainly appreciate that. Looking for friends anywhere I can find them. Witten's double play ended the threat. Shuey trying to keep it close and give his mates a chance in the bottom of the 9th. A bouncer that comes up for Wilson. 2 gone in the New York 9th. 30-10.
3-0.
Martinez, slumping, has nonetheless been on base 4 times today. 3 walks and hit by a pitch. Exactly the same thing.
He plays hard, and I think that might be just a coincidence, but he does play hard.
Shuey puts him away on 3 pitches. I guarantee you Curtis thinks that was filthy. On to the bottom of the 9th. And he pops it up. It looks like it'll stay in. Brocious calls Posada off. 1 out in the Cleveland 9th.
Bob, I mean, he has just been toughing it out every day for the last week or 2.
Broken bat roller. Knobloch. The Yankees are 1 out away from taking a 3-2 advantage back to New York. But that 1 out is represented now by David Justice.
And I think the fact that tomorrow was an off day, that we're going to...
Now back in the box. And the 3-2 pitch. Walked him. Again, the Indians will bring the tying run to the plate. But Rivera shuts him down, and the Yankees win Game 5. They take a 3-2 lead back to the Bronx, and they'll ask David Cone to finish the Indians and win the pennant for them on Tuesday.